Imagine lifting one nation's shirt to your chest, then being called a traitor for wearing another. One man played for 3 countries and still never reached a World Cup. Another fled Soviet tanks, rebuilt his life, and returned as a different national hero. Another played in 2 World Cup finals for 2 different flags, and history still argues whether it was choice or pressure. Tonight, this is the story of footballers split by borders, war, politics, and survival. Men who played for 2 nations and belonged fully to neither. These are not transfer stories. These are identity stories. And in each one, football became the only place they could still be whole. Buenos Aires, 1947. A young Alfredo Di Stéfano looks unstoppable, elegant, relentless, and already winning with River Plate. Then the game around him breaks. A player's strike disrupts Argentine football, and Di Stéfano leaves for Colombia to play for Millonarios during the chaotic El Dorado era. That move shapes everything that follows. Colombia's league sits in a gray zone with FIFA. Records are disputed, and paperwork is messy. When Di Stéfano eventually reaches Spain and becomes the face of Real Madrid's rise, his international identity is no longer simple. He appears under different national setups tied to Argentina, Colombia, and Spain. Yet for all his genius, one of football's greatest players never plays in a World Cup. 5 European Cups, 2 Ballon d'Ors, global fame, and still, no single country can claim the complete story. Di Stéfano becomes football's first true global icon, admired everywhere, fully anchored nowhere. Now Budapest, 1956. Ferenc Puskás is the captain of Hungary's legendary side, a national symbol in a nation under immense pressure. Then Soviet tanks crush the Hungarian uprising. The team is abroad. Players face an impossible decision: return to a country in turmoil or begin again in exile. Puskás does not return. What follows is not a fairy tale. He is banned. He loses match rhythm. He is mocked for his weight. At 31, most assume his elite career is over. Then Real Madrid takes the risk, and Puskás transforms again. Goals return. Trophies return. European nights return. Eventually, he represents Spain at the 1962 World Cup. But reinvention is not erasure. He carries Hungary with him, in language, memory, and grief. His second national chapter is brilliant, but it never deletes the first. With Puskás, you can see the core tension clearly. Football can give you a new home, but it cannot silence your old one. Then there is Luis Monti, one of the strangest World Cup legacies ever. He plays the 1930 World Cup final for Argentina. 4 years later, he plays another final for Italy, under Mussolini's regime. Same man, same tournament stage, different flag. Between those finals is a storm of politics, migration, ancestry, and power. Monti, born in Argentina with Italian roots, is recruited into Italy's project of national prestige. Some accounts frame it as opportunity, others frame it as pressure. History has never settled comfortably on one version. What is certain is this: he loses a World Cup final in one shirt and wins one in another. A unique achievement and a deeply uneasy one. Monti's career asks a hard question football still struggles with. When a player changes national team, where does ambition end and coercion begin? László Kubala's story is less about controversy and more about survival. Post-war Europe is fractured. Kubala leaves Hungary, crosses borders in chaos, and lives the refugee reality that millions knew at the time. His path intersects with multiple national identities before Spain. When he reaches Barcelona, he does not just play well. He transforms the emotional gravity of the club. Crowds grow, belief grows, a new football culture gathers around him. For many supporters, Kubala embodies something larger than sport, a displaced person creating beauty in a place that chooses to receive him. He wears multiple national colors across his life. But in Barcelona, he gives a city a myth it still protects. And then, José Altafini, born in Brazil, World Cup winner in 1958, teammate of Pelé, part of a generation that changed world football. Later, he represents Italy, the land of his family roots. To some fans, this is betrayal. To others, it is biography. People move. Families migrate. Identity stretches across languages and passports. When Altafini faces Brazil after switching, the emotional backlash is intense. He later insists he did not reject one country. He followed the course his life had taken. His case feels modern even now. Football speaks in flags, but human lives rarely fit clean borders. So what does the national shirt really mean? For some players, it is sacred and singular. For others, it is layered. Birthplace, ancestry, exile, safety, opportunity, and timing all mixed together. Di Stéfano, Puskás, Monti, Kubala, Altafini. Different eras, different politics, same wound. Each man is pushed to answer a question with no perfect answer. Who are you? When two countries can both claim you, and neither can hold all of you. That is why these stories still matter. Not because they are rare curiosities, but because they reveal what football really carries. The game carries memory. The game carries belonging. And for people forced between worlds, the game can become the only place where both selves survive. If this story made you think, tell us the player whose identity journey moved you most. And if you want more football stories where history, politics, and humanity collide, follow the channel. Because sometimes the most powerful football story is not about who won. It is about who had to become two people just to keep playing.